Good evening. The Iraq war vet says he was given medical marijuana to treat his PTSD. But in a lawsuit that's now reached federal court, he says when the jail found out, he was canned. And as News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart reports, he says that's against the law. She's in the Newsplex.
Jessica, the former jail employee's attorney, tells us even the fact that the jail tested his client for marijuana is a violation of his rights. But jail officials say using marijuana as an employee is a violation of policy. Augustine Stanley was fired from his job as a corrections officer at the Metro Detention Center last year. The Iraq war vet tested positive for marijuana. But his lawyer, now representing Stanley in a lawsuit against Bernalillo County, says Stanley has a legal medical marijuana card to treat PTSD.
It's demonstrative of a lot of people's cases.
MDC jail officials say if an employee uses marijuana, it's a violation of their drug policy. They say Stanley didn't self-report any prescription drug medication, but attorney Paul Livingston says state law protects the privacy of medical marijuana cardholders.
They guarantee him confidentiality, and what's ironic is then they give him a test that's designed to break that confidentiality and to show that he is using marijuana and therefore can be fired. And that's what's wrong with this.
He says his client's record, which spans more than a decade with his jail job, is clean, and the medical marijuana he primarily used after work did not affect his duty to do his job well.
They're not impaired in any way. The only thing that impairs them is the drug test that says they're impaired, and the conclusion or the presumption that the government makes, which is that if you test positive for marijuana, you must be impaired.
In a termination letter after his drug test, county officials told Stanley, your actions and conduct were inappropriate, unprofessional, and inconsistent with your obligations as a Bernalillo County employee. It's something Stanley and his lawyers completely disagree with and plan to fight.
This is a fascinating case, and it could go pretty far.
Stanley wasn't available tonight for an interview due to his current work schedule. He and his lawyers are fighting to get his MDC job back, plus damages. Back to you.
Okay, Gabrielle, Stanley's attorney says the county created a medical marijuana policy last year without holding public hearings. County jail officials couldn't comment on the pending case.